Hello everyone, this is Dragon Videos and I hope y'all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel and another Hazbin Hotel video. So, as we are patiently waiting for season 2 to come out as well as the possible release date, I thought it'd be best to talk about the season 1 songs in Hazbin Hotel. One of the things to like about Hazbin Hotel is the songs that come with it, and they range in various emotions from sad and pluck at your heart to happy and upgoing. And I'm going to go over some of the best songs in the show, mostly ones that either propel the story forward or bring off a new sense of emotion that we never thought of before. Be warned, there will be some spoilers, so without a doubt, let's begin. Happy day in hell! Best to kick off with this list with Stayed Gone. So, one of the things that make it such a good song is the fact that it tells you a little bit about Vox's rivalry with Alistair. These two having such tense composition, as well as when the tone of Vox's voice knows that you are in for a battle of sorts. The only reason why I put it further up on this list is because sometimes Vox, in certain parts of a song, can speak a little too fast up to the point where it's almost hard to make out what they're trying to say. But don't get me wrong, the ending of a song was super creepy, illustrating that Alistair is someone you should never mess with. Unless you're crazy jealous like Vox is. And it also includes a mystery between the two, something that has to do with the formation of the V's and why Alistair basically denied him that option. Happy day in hell! Hell is Forever is definitely a very interesting rock song. It reflects Adam as a whole. Obviously, you don't have to be a therapist or someone who majored in psychology to understand of how much of a narcissistic goomba that Adam is. He is very controlling, he relishes in his power, and anyone like Charlie is just simple stepping stone to his conquest. And he's not above of hurting others to get what he wants. So, of course, in a lot of ways, if I were to say a Disney reference to this, I'd say he's a lot similar to that of Gaston. It also gives us a clear idea of why Lilith dumped him in the first place. Happy day in hell! Out for Love was a short song, but a very enjoyable one at that. It highlighted mostly Carmilla's character as a whole, which of course is also a shame that she didn't have much screen time too. Putting that aside, one of the things to like about Out for Love is because it reflects the personality that Carmilla has. She's disciplined, she's cutthroat, but not to the point where she's not without any honor. She wants to look out for her people, those that she cares about, and will do anything to protect them, even if it means getting down and dirty at times. Even the sequence that comes with this song when she trains with Vaggie is practically breathtaking and shows that despite the flaws and what may come next, there's no denying that there's nothing that could stop but love that comes from one person to another. Happy day in hell! Happy Day in Hell is the more adult version of a Disney princess song. Charlie's very optimistic and practically willing to go any lengths just to get Heaven to agree with her idea. I mean, not super extreme and dangerous, but she wants to be heard and she's willing to listen to other people's stories and wants to see the good in people, which can be tough, especially when you have someone like Adam or Valentino. Anyway, this song is practically very catchy, memorable, and of course, it gives you a slight introduction into Hell's issues that Charlie is trying to tackle, but in a somewhat naive way. And of course, one of the things why I put it so early on the list is mostly because there was one portion of a lyric that I felt like we could have lived without.
my parts.
No thank you. I'm just gonna fulfill my destiny.
So, aside from that, it definitely is a very cheerful, memorable song that shows a reflection of Charlie's character, her optimism, her determination, and all around the reason why she is the hero of the story.
Happy day in hell.
I thought that the finale could be added to this list because it's very good. It helps predict what happens next in the show, or at least what is to come, from Alistair's spooky lament to the V's practically celebrating in a very strange, bizarre way. And of course, Charlie has this moment where you do feel bad for her and the outcome that she wasn't exactly hoping for. But it can't be helped, and of course, as naive as her goal was, she tried her best to do it in a way that was mature, as you see it slowly progressing throughout season 1. And it is very lighthearted to see of how the crew tried to cheer her up, including Lucifer, letting her know that there was some good that came out of her dream and that it benefited others as well. Which is why I put this further down on the list, because not only is it a good way of ending the show, but it's also a song that definitely makes us have a lot of hope for the best, as well as excitement for what it is to come in season 2.
Happy day in hell.
More than anything, really highlights Jeremy Jordan's voice talents, bringing out the vulnerability and sadness that Lucifer has. I mean, he has been dealing with the guilt about the Eden incident for over thousands of years while trying to raise a family. And something really bad happened that had to do with the archangels, if you notice of how Charlie is surrounded by spears and arrows in the beginning of the song. And of course, Lucifer just wants to protect Charlie from getting hurt, which of course happened later on in the series, but he still wants to do better and wants to protect Charlie and support her dream. It took a while for him to see that, and Charlie, in some ways, showed that she appreciates his dreams and, in some ways, is trying to re inspire them into him, trying to show that she could accomplish things that she is certain are going to work out. She just needs to get to heaven and convince them that. The two aren't exactly on the same wavelength, but they are reaching to a point where they're actually connecting with one another, and that Lucifer's willing to support Charlie any way he can, which is proved true later on in the series at the tail end of the episode 8. So, a lot of ways, more than anything, is just that soulful ballad of looking after the one you love, hoping for the best and supporting them, whether it be a father, a daughter, or siblings, things, that's up to you, but this is definitely a song worth noting.
Happy day in hell.
Despite the name, Loser Baby is actually a feel good earworm. It just mostly takes into the context of a song with the context of Masquerade. Basically, what Husk is trying to say is that it's okay to feel vulnerable. I know what you're going through. Not completely understanding what you're going through because he isn't in the same work industry as Angel, but he gets what it's like to be under someone else's thumb and struggling to survive with that toxic relationship, to say the least. So, in a lot of ways, those two are in the same boat. This gives birth to Husker Dust, as well as giving an idea of how it's okay to express and accept the fact there's always going to be dark parts of you that you're not proud of. As long as you have someone to help and support you, everything will be okay. And I put it in the middle of this list, mostly because Blake Roman's portion of a voice gets a little off key at first, but it slowly melts into the rest of a song, where it feels like Husk and Angel both belong together. And I really hope they become canon in the future episodes to come.
Happy day in hell.
If there are two things that best describe Respectless, it's teeth and salt. And oh boy, is there a lot of roasting in this song, mostly done by Velvet. This song as a whole definitely represents Velvet as a character, basically not taking any garbage from anyone. Even the overlords, who are older and more experienced than her, get torn apart by this little munchkin of a person who is not afraid to express her opinions and wanting to take action against the angels. While Camilla Carmine's part just basically is time out, we need to figure out how to handle this, but you gotta be respectful of Zestial. Carmilla also throws in a little bit of some salt into the V's face, basically saying that they're inane and uninformed, which definitely holds true in the previous episodes we've seen before. However, it definitely takes on a tone that these two are ready to fight, and this just has some pretty pumped up energy that makes you want to feel like you want to box your way to victory, no matter what the cost. And oh boy, the next time these two meet, it's going to get wild.
Happy day in hell.
You Didn't Know is one of my personal favorites in this song. Not only is it because it's just so emotionally driven, ranging from Charlie's frustration, Emily's innocence and dismay, as well as Sarah's guarded tone that's slowly breaking away, and Lute's ferocity. It also drives a sense into the story about the struggle, the political struggle between heaven and hell, and the things that Charlie's trying to prove to the angelic court, which is easier said than done. It just has that nice shift going from a soft ballad to a flat out energizing song that makes you want to run 6 ways to Sunday if you want to take on the entire world if possible. And then, of course, it leaves you in suspense and worry for Charlie as Adam immediately drops the ball.
Happy day in hell.
Why is it that a song so good can bring so much pain? Poison is number one for a very good reason. It highlights a lot of Angel's problems. His addiction, his abusive relationship with Valentino, the situation he's stuck in on a daily basis. It definitely comes off as a deceptively catchy tune, while the yang of the song is Loser Baby. This song, Poison, is practically a raising eyebrow to the situation that puts us in tears for Angel and wishing him for the best. Not only that, but it definitely hits hardcore to those who are in similar situations that Angel is in. And I feel like many people are fearing for the worst in regards to what future will hold for Angel. I really hope the song that reads, "The story ends with me dead from your poison," isn't going to result in him literally dead at the end of the story, or at least landing him a chance into heaven. So, what do you guys think? What's your top 10 list for the best Hazbin Hotel songs so far in season 1? Let me know in the comments below. Do a like and subscribe. This is Dragon Videos signing off.